We're live.
Was cracking. Everybody was
Unfortunate,
cracking.
with an unfortunate announcement. I'll let Dubs elaborate on the announcement because he knows more about it than I do. But wow,
Yeah, I was sitting here and I was getting ready to go get into my Wes Watson Wednesday, man, and it popped up on my feed that Jesse on Fire had just gone live, and he had gone live because Charlie Kirk was just shot. Um, Charlie Kirk it happened at Utah Valley University. And this is during Charlie Kirk's American Comeback Tour. Yeah, those of you guys that know, he goes to these universities. He's a Christian conservative, a family man with a wife and children, and he goes on these tours and he engages people in these political discussions, and political discussions are necessary in a country like ours, right? It makes us stronger. And here we have it where this guy was at a university and somebody pulled out a gun. From right now, they're saying it sounded like a low caliber weapon, and he was struck either in the upper left chest, the left neck, or in the side of his head. In either case, that's not a good thing.
mm-mm.
Um, and unfortunately, there's people already fucking celebrating.
Yeah, it's
Um,
crazy. It's nuts.
Look, I don't care what you're. I don't care. Damn, hold on, man. Hold on, I gotta somebody.
I'll pick it up. So
I don't
Dubs
care.
got. All right, go ahead,
Real,
Dubs.
real quick, I don't care what your political leaning is. Um, we should be able to have a courteous conversation, and when we do that and we engage in conversations with an open mind, a lot of times we can learn something, right?
Yeah,
And you know, if those of you that have seen Charlie Kirk when he does these things, think about it. He's got armed security. These guys behind him, they're not showing their weapons. They have weapons on them. And what do you guys always see? Charlie Kirk sitting down, he's got his people behind him, right? The people that are questioning him, who's behind them? Kids, students. So
yeah.
Charlie Kirk's security, they're not going to be able to just pull out and just unload. And if they have to, that all those kids behind them, young adults behind them, are in jeopardy. This is stupid, man.
It's stupid, but it's something I seen coming, Dubs. A while back, I some of these individuals that he lets question him because he's intelligent, right, with what he says. And I know a lot of people feel a certain way about Charlie Kirk. There's some people that say because he doesn't, I don't know, fit their criteria of who they
I'll
think
be right
that he
back,
likes
bro.
or doesn't like, man. Um, Charlie Kirk, just like anyone else, has the right to free speech. He has the right to his beliefs. And I said a long time ago, I said, man, there's gonna be, because these guys, when they're asking these questions, and he like kind of, he's kind of like who's that chick? The black chick, man. You guys know exactly who I'm talking about, man. God, I forget her name right off the tip of my tongue, but it's kind of like when she's talking, they will be shutting these people down, man. And a lot of these people that are asking these fucking uneducated questions, or and there's a lot of people that are very educated at university, so these people are smart. Oh, Candace Owens, that's who it is. T-Stacks, Candace Owens. But when they're the way that they come off is kind of arrogant. Candace Owens, Charlie Kirk, and it's just because they're educated, and sometimes the people that they're dealing with don't grasp what they're saying. And so you can see him getting very mad. So I said to myself a while back, I was like, man, this dude Charlie Kirk, because I watch him, I said, it's only a matter of time. Someone's going to cat out. Someone's going to try to do something to him. Sure enough, Dubs gives me a phone call. Charlie Kirk's been shot. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't think he's going to live. If he's hit in the neck, the face, the head, or even the upper chest, from what I'm hearing, and Jesse on Fire just did a live, and he said that he doesn't believe Charlie Kirk will live. I don't believe so either. Not if he was hit in them particular areas. It's just crazy what the world's coming to. It seems like these. Look, I'm not gonna blame anyone because we don't know who shot him or for what agenda. Right at this point, do you know if they caught the person who did this, Stubbs, or it just came from the crowd? Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
They say somebody was detained, but this is fluid right now. Everything, a lot of shit, we want to make sure we get it right. Says he's an old white boomer.
They said they've caught him. They got a suspect in custody.
Yeah, I saw where it says, it's, and then I saw somebody on here. I apologize. I was grabbing something. There was somebody at my door. somebody said that they were actually watching it on Instagram Live. There's video of the shooting. We can't show it, and they're not going to be able to show it. I'm sure it'll be coming out in the next couple
It'll
minutes.
pop up on Instagram or TikTok. They show everything over right there. I hate to say it because I'm not picking sides here, right? But this shows you, and no disrespect to the liberals that are in the feed right here, right? In the live. Shout out to you guys, man. I respect everybody. But right now the liberals are like 2 or 3-0. You know what I mean? When
I don't want to make this about
I don't want to make it about that either, but it's their people are feeling some type of way up because of the content.
But what it does, homie, what it does right now, emotions are running high, and we don't want to have it to where let's focus on that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To me, the bottom line is this, because what happens is, and look, I just did a video, guys, on this topic, and I told Gunner, hey, let's just go live. I can do I can post the video later. It's already posted. It's already ready to go. My thing is this: copycats. There's always copycat. We don't need a back and forth between red and blue now. Let's see who can get more bodies. That's what we don't need.
No.
We need open discussion, open discourse. People with fucking brains need to be able to talk to other people with brains. I'm a conservative. I do not agree with everything Trump, regardless of what people say. I do not agree with everything he says or any other Republican. I also don't disagree with everything that a liberal has to say. Exactly. I think great ideas, no matter who brings them up, need to be employed for the betterment of our country and for a better life for our kids. This ain't it. This ain't it where, you know what, I don't agree with this dude, so I'm going to go and smoke him. You're not a gang member. He's not a gang member. This is not some old territorial dispute over a block that nobody owns at the end of the day.
Yeah, this is just, this is like someone said in here, they basically, it's a strike against democracy. It's to the point, it's to the fact now where you can't even go out there and speak your mind and have an opinion, man. If someone disagrees, they want to kill you for it. It's crazy. It's like, man, there's some, I think in our country, Dubs, we need to focus on mental health, because anyone that would do that, that's a mentally challenged person. To be mad at an individual, and it could be a number of reasons why they did it.
I'm not going to give that dude that out. There's two. Look at us. You and I can be doing a live, bumping music, having some drinks, even doing a challenge maybe, and there will be people in here that all they talk about is politics, and we're not even talking about politics. There are people in this country right now that are delusional based on shit that, like, and it's half truths, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Thank you, Ignacio. I appreciate that. But this, I'm telling you, this ain't it. I mean, it's every kingdom, and the Bible says every kingdom of man will fall. Kingdom is a government. A kingdom is a government in our modern language, right?
Yeah.
So if we want to speed up the process, then we're going to continue down this type of fucking road.
It's definitely looking like
to hold on as long as possible. Then we're going to try to fucking figure out how to have some courteous discourse with another person that maybe doesn't see eye to eye with us on everything, and that's fine. That's what makes us unique. That's what makes us better. You know, but this ain't it, Owens.
Nah, man. Charlie Kirk, you know, that's the trip. When I heard it, I was like, wow, you know. And to be totally honest with you, the way people are making it sound is like he's not going to make it. It was definitely bad. It was definitely worse than first put out there.
Look at this right here. Exactly what I'm talking about. Look, this dude, Tank Dog, says MAGA doesn't want civil discourse. They talked about killing liberals during the last 4 years. Did they do it? Who said that they talked about that? The mainstream media? Because they didn't do it. Biden wasn't the one that got shot at on a couple different occasions. There weren't any of these motor mouths on the left that got shot at, right? No, Trump got shot at, and now Charlie Kirk got shot. So let's save all that, Holmes. We're not trying to make this a political thing. I'm trying to say, I don't care what side of the aisle you believe. We need to be able to, if who you vote for isn't doing his job, her job, get them out. And not through violence, through your vote. But all this, this side and that side and MAGA this and left wing that, I don't want to hear that right now.
Yeah, it's people always make it about.
Look, this is homie. Edmund says the MAGA kid just killed a bunch of people at that church. He was a liberal transgender. On the gun, it said, he wrote on the gun, kill Trump. What do you see? This is the reason why this type of shit happens.
Yeah, because people out here, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. You got to do your homework, bro. You got to understand what you're speaking on before you speak on it. Freedom of speech is under attack. Absolutely, Salah. I agree with that. I agree with that. When you and you know, and whatever beef this guy had with Charlie Kirk, whatever visions or whatever told him to do this, do you not understand that he goes to these universities? There's a lot of kids, and they're still kids. They're young adults. There, it's a college campus, man. Like anyone could have got hit, anyone could have got hurt. You know, there's a time and place for everything. There's never a time and place for violence, but it's like, man, this guy had no regard for anybody. He shot into a crowd. I mean, he was aiming at Charlie Kirk, but anyone could have got hurt, you know, with the fragments of the bullets or whatever. It's just it's crazy that there is an attack on democracy right now. There's an attack on voicing your opinion. You know, where it's coming from, just open your eyes and you can see it, you know. But it's definitely a situation where it's wow. Can't believe it. Charlie Kirk hit. Bro, I didn't like Biden or Harris, but I never wished death on them. Yeah. Oh, I agree.
Me either.
I agree. Yeah, not death. I mean, you know, you don't have to agree with someone's political stance. You don't have to agree with what someone says, but you don't want them to die because of it. Go ahead. No, I was just going to say, that's how crazy this world is getting, where people are willing to take your life over a disagreement.
And look, somebody in the comments right now just said the right is way more violent than the left. How? I need to know how. How is that possible? Where did you get that from? The thin air? I want to know, how is the right more violent than the left? And I have a feeling I know what he's going to say, and it's going to backfire. If you're going to say what I think you're going to say, it's going to backfire.
Thank you, Greg. I appreciate you, man. Let's educate these people. You have to remember they probably watch the news, which is passed down through generations. Let's help them. Mainstream media will do a lot of fear mongering. I'll just say that from whatever stance they're on or they're at. Man.
Hey, Hogs. Hogs says, bruh, politics ain't it. You're losing followers. If you don't want to listen, you don't have to listen, homie. This is something very important. I'm not talking politics. I'm talking about people that can't fucking just have a conversation with somebody and agree to disagree. We don't fucking just run around shooting people because we don't agree with them.
Yeah, you know, I mean, look, hey, Hogs, I don't want to talk about gangs right now, brother. I don't want to talk about stuff like that. Doc K, how you doing? We're talking about a grown man, a father, a man that was just up there, you know, speaking his piece and speaking his mind. Someone that a lot of people support for him to be able to go and have these platforms. You know, he's an accepted member of that community, man, because he's well spoken, he's very educated, and people like to listen to him. They like to debate him. He's a debater. That's what he does. That's his job. And for someone to just kill him because they don't agree with them, or for whatever other, and again, it's still fresh, like Dubs. It could be a number of reasons, Dubs. It could have been not necessarily. I mean, the way it looks is that he probably didn't agree with his stance, but it could be anything. You know, this could be something personal. The fact is, Charlie Kirk has been shot, and it doesn't look like he's going to make it, and that's what we're talking about here, not politics.
America? King One says America is falling, bro. You don't see it, Dubs. Both. What do you? I just told you. Even in the Bible, it says every kingdom of man will fall before the return of Christ. So it's prophesized, but we don't need to hurry the process up. Of course, every government will fall, but come on, man. We have to. If we disagree with somebody politically, now we're just going to start running around shooting.
People are crazy.
That can't.
Please don't say it isn't confirmed that he was passed. Did I say it was confirmed? I said it is presumed by some people that he may have passed. He got hit in the neck. The video, they're saying blood was spurting out of his neck. I'm graphic. That's just the way it is. It doesn't look like he's going to be. Other controversies doesn't look like he's going to make it. I'm not saying he's dead or not. I'm just saying he was shot. That's a fact. And by some, he is presumed dead. Is he or isn't he? I don't know. That's what I'm saying. If you don't like it, you don't have to watch it. Straight up. I said presumed, man. Hey, let me. If you don't know what presumed, that means perhaps, presumed, maybe, could be.
Marky Mark says, wasn't Nancy Pelosi's house broken into and her husband attacked? I don't really want to get into that, but there are people that say that was actually Nancy Pelosi's husband's lover. I don't know that to be facts, but that's what's been said. So I don't know, Holmes. I don't know anything about that. All I know is, what does that have to do with somebody shooting somebody else in front of a bunch of kids because he didn't agree with something he said?
Yeah.
It's weird.
The way he goes limp is creepy. I mean, we're talking about Charlie Kirk, who was at a university, man, doing what he always does. I mean, for those of you that don't know who he is, and a lot of you do, it seems he pops up, on your feed all the time. He's there's always people asking him questions, and he's stating facts or his facts, right? Or what he believes to be facts. Not everyone's perfect or right all the time. And you can see a lot of these people getting aggressive and mad, Dubs, when he talks.
King One, facts, huh?
It's no, go ahead.
No, I was just saying I agree, because King One came back after what he said and what I said. He says, yes, correct, Dubs. We can't unite because of our own selfishness, and it's sad this young, beautiful country will be a shell of itself. That's a fact. People are so wrapped up in nonsense. Like, look, man, we have kids. A lot of us have kids. If you want a better place for your kids, then stuff like this should open your eyes. Like, hey, wait a minute, man. Maybe people are getting a little too deep into this stuff, And my thing is, don't anything that I say, don't take any of it for fact. Anything that anyone says that can affect you, your family, your children, triple, quadruple check it.
Yes, definitely.
Do not listen to your favorite news broadcaster on Fox or ABC or CNN and take that for facts. No, that's a starting point, and then you go down the rabbit hole. If it affects you, this is just too much. This is too far.
Junior says people get shot every day. They do get shot every day. And I know the next thing is going to be what makes him so different. He's pretty well known. He's a public figure. He was out there trying to help, not hurt people in general, spreading the good word, educating people. I mean, he was an educator. He didn't do this on the streets, or he was in universities.
He was
debating with college, trying to help.
My thing with Charlie Kirk was he would allow you to say what you had to say. He was okay with discord. He was okay with, okay, go ahead and ask your question. They would ask the question. Okay, well, here's my answer.
Yes.
They could ask another question, and he would discuss the thing with them, right?
Yeah.
Not you don't agree with me? Boom.
Yeah, that's kind of what they did.
That's what they did. I don't agree with you. I'm gonna shut your mouth for good.
Yeah,
we don't.
I don't like what you're.
A civilized society does not do that.
Yeah, it was a back, and that's what in democracy. It's back and forth discussions, a conversation, and one thing myself and Dubs could say, having been locked up half our lives, many a time a conversation could be held that could stop a lot of people from getting hurt, Dubs, and that's the truth. If just a simple conversation.
I'm going to disagree with that. That was his intention. That
no,
we
I'm
have
talking about that guy. I'm talking about.
No. Listen to what I'm saying is, it is an example. Like when Junior says people get shot all the time. This is a perfect example of how far things are going in the wrong direction. Where you have somebody that's willing to have open dialogue with you and set an example for other people. Why don't we have this kind of dialogue? And instead, people are like, nah, you know what? I'm going to shoot him. And then other people are going to celebrate that shooting.
Yeah, no, I know that. No, I know, but I understand that. But that's not what I was saying. I was saying, me and you both know, coming from where we come from, sometimes, like what Charlie Kirk does, have a conversation. Sometimes a simple conversation can stop violence, right? On a yard, say a prison yard. And if that conversation was had, that it could avoid a lot of people from getting hurt. That's what I was saying. In this case, a man that is open for conversation, and that's what his whole premise was based upon, having open dialogue and conversation. Someone didn't agree with that and decided to shut him up. That's what I was saying. The conversation, when you have open dialogue and conversations, sometimes you could agree to disagree. Most of the time, when you get a little bit educated, you can be like, oh, I was wrong. Just like people in here or ourselves, when it's brought up to us and we can say, okay, we were wrong. We could agree to disagree, or let's move on. He's not going to get that opportunity anymore if he does pass away, because someone decided they didn't get along with him, or they didn't like what he was saying, so they ended that conversation violently. It's crazy.
Nickel and Diamond says Charlie Kirk argues and belittles kids. What the fuck are you lying for? Great way to get into the. I've never seen your name on here. Great way to make an introduction. Calling us liars. Cool. Thanks.
Instead,
that added to the conversation. Added a whole lot.
He was a college dropout, but still smarter than the kids that went to college. Not necessarily, because there's been plenty of conversations where the people blew his mind too, and he admitted it. He'd be like, "Wow, I didn't look at it that way."
His thing was, you guys are getting a mountain of debt for an education, and you're not learning much. And there's billionaires all over the world that say the same thing, you know. But to each their own. You know, if people want to go to school and they think that's the way to do it, cool. My whole thing is, and I said in the video, I'll put it out after this live. And what I want to put my point here is this: this ain't it, man. This is what crooks and criminals do. This is about to disrespecting me. I'm gonna smoke him. That's what you had just happen between two people that aren't even a part of that world, and it's over an ideology.
Yes,
you don't agree with mine, so I'm gonna shut you up for good. And it could create. What my concern is, it could create a tit for tat. It could create more copycats. That I mean. Charlie Kirk, all over Twitter. Anything it was a Christian conservative who had a wife and kids, and
exactly.
If he survives, who knows what this does? How does it change the way he does his discussions? You know,
so and he's officially announced dead. They said another person said he's dead. I don't know. I think
let me look it up because we don't want to be announcing shit. We don't want to be.
I don't know if that's what they've announced. This is what people are saying. Again, look pretty bad. You know, that's unfortunate, man. We're talking about a father with children. You know, he died, says Lisa. It's confirmed. That's what they're saying. Again, that's not me saying this. It is being reported that he didn't make it. Is it being reported from
I haven't seen anything yet. I'm still looking.
Lisa Greenleaf says yes, confirmed. Sad Fox News just showed pictures of Charlie holding his young son. I ain't believing nothing what TMZ says. You know, what site has it confirmed? That's what we're wondering.
That's what I want to know.
Only thing I can confirm is that he was shot. He was shot. Did he really get hit in the neck?
Everything I'm reading, it says no, he's not dead yet.
Okay.
Not died yet. So I don't know. Whoever's saying that it's been confirmed, do me a favor and let me. We're not going to be. We can't do that. We can't be saying that something happened to somebody that didn't happen. As of right now, we know he was shot.
Yes, he was shot. It's not confirmed. So, bro was hit in the neck with a sniper. He's done, says True Lies. I mean, if you look at it that way,
that's what's going to come in next. That's going to be a whole conspiracy that it was a sniper team and all that. That's what happens every time somebody high profile gets hit.
They said he doesn't have kids. He was never married.
Let me make sure, man. Because I know he's talked about that.
What is going on in the USA? Chaos, anarchy, a lot of bullshit, it's crazy all over the world right now. They said he has 2 kids.
Yeah, I don't want to answer. I'd rather go and read something for these people so it's not coming from us. Here's what's currently known about Charlie Kirk's family. Yes, Charlie Kirk is a father of 2 young children and has a wife named Erica. Telling you, Holmes, people just talk. And I'm just going to go and we're going to look shit up. When people start coming with this shit, he doesn't have kids and he's not married, I'm just going to read it. We're not going to speculate. I'm reading stuff. You know what I mean? It's crazy, Holmes.
You know, this is the world we live in. Disinformation. This is the disinformation world. Salvador Apodaca, Cali Raiders, everyone that's in here, we thank you guys. We got 527 in the building, man. And obviously, man, this shows that Charlie Kirk was beloved, or definitely people are interested in what's going on. You know, but we will say that he was horrifically shot in Utah. That is confirmed. At a university. There were several people in attendance to his platform. If you've watched Charlie Kirk, you know how he does it.
Doc K said she actually went to that school.
Doc K went to that school, man. So as of right now, there's a lot of it's up in the air. It doesn't look, according to the video, it doesn't look good, but we'll find out.
Anytime anyone's shot, you don't know
Yeah, it's not a
what,
good look. Yeah.
yeah, what the damage could be, short term, long term, psychologically, what it does to the family.
What is this guy Mundo saying? He actively supports a country that has killed thousands of kids. Every country has in the world. It happens every day. What country are you from where that hasn't happened? Mundo? This makes me wonder. I saw the video. I don't think he surprised us, Jose. I mean, we're gonna have our opinions. We're just trying to bring you the facts here, and the story's unfolding in real time. This is all happening in real time. He was just shot. What time was he shot, Dubs?
I don't remember. I think it was at 10 something. Let me see.
Yeah, so it was just shot a couple hours ago.
Oh, it doesn't say. It just says on September 10th, 2025, during an event at Utah Valley University in Orem, Kirk was shot in the neck while speaking under a tent as part of his American Comeback Prove Me Wrong tour. He was immediately hospitalized, and as of the latest reports, his condition remains unknown. A single shot.
Yeah.
It says videos capture the moment he was speaking. When a single shot rang out, he was seen recoiling and reaching toward his neck amid panic from the crowd.
Damn, man. These people nowadays, man, are fucking animals. Straight up, man. To do something like that.
I want to read this. It says, the shooting prompted widespread condemnation and prayers from both sides of the political spectrum, including messages from former president, vice president, Senator Mike Lee, and others. And the FBI is already involved in the investigation.
Yeah, it is a strike on democracy, a declaration on democracy, because when people can't go out there and speak, you have the freedom of speech. That's the Constitution, right? When you can't uphold your constitutional right without getting shot because someone disagrees with what you're saying, or for whatever reason, this guy's just a maniac.
At KSL local news, the shots ring out at 12 noon. Damn,
local time. Not even but that's mountain time in Utah, so that's 10:20, 10:20 our time. So it's not what you said.
All right.
I don't know Wrench Life if he was pro, whatever he was pro. I know he was a Christian conservative man. That basically debated, man. He debated, but it was like open dialogue, like Dub said earlier, man. It was he was pretty respectful in all his willings and dealings. Sometimes he stated the hard, cold facts, kind of like I always forget her name, man. I always forget the chick's name.
Which what? I didn't hear you.
The black girl, man, that does the
Candace Owens.
Candace Owens. I don't know. I always think something else, but Candace Owens, a lot similar to Candace Owens. And they say he wasn't respectful. Everything I seen was respectful dialogue, man. I mean, you treat others how you're treated, right? And people are gonna like him or they're not.
He was also he went on tour even in England. He was in Oxford and he was debating people in Oxford. This guy went everywhere.
Yeah, he went everywhere. What is a conservative? He was self-taught. Yeah, Charlie Kirk had a huge impact on young conservative movement, like really big. Yeah. It's
Lambo TV. Perfect. To kill a man over his willingness to debate you, not even his refusing you. He is willing to talk to you, and that's the problem. That's perfect right there.
That summed it up perfect. Yes. A man that is willing to hear you out. What's up, money? Hear you out. Listen to what you have to say. Not refuse your time, not tell you he's busy, not say, hey, I'm not trying to hear what you got to say. But is willing to listen to what you have to say. And because of what he says, you don't agree with, you kill him. Or try to. Crazy.
Check my DM where, Junior, on IG?
It's a tragedy. That was a huge crowd. Charlie Kirk has always been respectful, and I don't think this generation remembers that respectful doesn't equal an agreement. Exactly. Just because someone's you know what? we could talk to someone in a respectable manner. Doesn't mean we agree with them. Doesn't mean that we like them or anything. But still, there's a level of respect you should show when dealing with anybody. Treat others as you want to be treated, and I think we all uphold respect as a standard, right? We want to be respected, so you got to give to get. He just sent you a video. It says
Yeah, I'm
Junior.
looking right
now. They're saying it was a poor homeless man. I don't know who it was.
I don't see it.
I feel bad for the students. They got traumatized. Exactly. You know, you got students that were traumatized. You got people that were there for whether they were there to support them or debate them. They all have to go back home today. That's a traumatic experience. A lot of these people that were there, they have not lived the life that myself, Dubs, and a lot of the people that watch us have, right? Violence is not something they're used to. And to see a man shot in the neck, that in itself, man, can change people's lives forever. You know. Peace. Oh, Northern 2A Dave. He put a link out there. This is sad. It is very sad, man. It's very sad.
Oh,
what?
Yeah, it's not. I don't think
it's not good. I said it was not good. It's pretty bad, Dubs. I don't see him making it on that one. You don't have to have the best surgeons in the world for that. Sucks, huh?
I just sent it to you on IG.
Send it to me. Yeah. What'd you send it on?
IG.
Okay, I'm gonna look right now.
Yeah, that's.
Okay, I'll tell you guys right now my opinion on it is.
And he had just answered.
Oh man, poor dude. Yeah, Dubs. No, he's not making that, Dubs. He's not making that.
Wow.
It's very bad, Dead Mike. Very, very, very. It's horrific, man. I'll tell you guys right now, from my honest opinion, this is just my opinion.
That artery
he does not make that.
That artery was hit.
He's done. That's not looking good. I just watched the video. That's. I've never seen anyone survive something like that. You could see. Yeah, you could see his eyes. It was done.
I don't even care about the eyes. The amount of blood where that bullet hit, the artery is right there.
Well, it hit, and then the blood came all out that way. So it went all the way. It just destroyed it.
It hit right here, and it came out of the same hole.
Was it? It looked like he got hit right here because he leans that way. And
the side he leaned to is where he got shot, and that's where all the blood came out of. Wow. Yeah. D-Money says best case through and through, but that hit the spot. It not only did it hit the spot.
Oh my God.
There's no way that you can stop. I mean, that right there where he got hit, you have minutes, and the type of medical attention he would have needed, I don't know if he would have been able to get it in time.
Yeah, wow. I'll tell you, that guy hit him exactly where he intended to hit him, Dubs. I don't know
where he intended to hit him, but he hit him in a
spot that there's probably no get backs from. That's pretty bad. That dude's gone. I'll say that. If you were to ask me, my opinion, rest in peace. Unfortunately, I've never seen anything that bad. Anyone come back from that? You know, they would have had to rush him within a minute or two.
Yeah, that's
the amount of blood he lost just right there.
Now Dom is saying Tim Pool. Who's Tim Pool?
Man, if that man is stable on that is only God can save him.
Where did Tim Pool say that at, Dom?
Says good thing is we have the best surgeons at the University of Utah. Man, that might be a saving grace. What I just witnessed, I can't put into words. That was no, but this is different, Dom. I got hit in the skull and it ricocheted off. I got the scar. It didn't penetrate my brain, or obviously I'd be dead. It ricocheted off. Cracked my skull, of course, and I had surgery and whatever. What I just seen was way worse. Way worse. They said he got hit twice, right? I don't know if he got hit twice.
I saw one.
It looks like the jugular. It looks like right here.
Yes. Yeah. The artery got hit.
Yeah.
You know, depending on what type of round it is, like for an example, like the 223 rounds that are used in the California Department of Corrections, they're tumblers. So when they hit a part of your body, any artery next to it, it sends a shockwave that bursts the arteries.
They said I thought I heard 2 shots. Sometimes
you probably heard a ricochet.
Yeah,
I mean, not a ricochet, the echo.
Yeah, it sounds like 2 shots. Usually, depending upon the area too. Never okay to shoot over opinion. Never. No, it's never okay to shoot. Period, man. Unless it's in self-defense.
That's the whole point of this live and the video that I'm going to put out after the live. It isn't. We're not here to have a political debate. That's not what this is. This is about people should be allowed to have conversations, should be able to disagree, and still keep it respectful. You know, that's what this was over. Somebody not agreeing with someone else. Charlie Kirk was not a political figure. Charlie Kirk wasn't in charge of moving trillions of dollars and troops and weapons. That's not what Charlie Kirk was doing. Charlie Kirk was having discussions with people.
Yeah. Voicing his opinion as his right under the Constitution of the United States. We all have rights. We all fight for those rights. That's why we have armed forces that defend our equal liberties and our rights and protect us, right, from people that want to do us harm. This guy had an opinion. He had a big platform. You know, a lot of people respected his opinion, and that's what that was his job. That was his job, to go to these universities and debate people. Some people, I've watched a lot of his debates. Some weren't even debates. They were just simple conversations. They pick a topic and talk about it and discuss it. No one deserves what happened to him right there. Man, that was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hasn't officially been announced.
Jose says, what a sad day in America. Gotcha. No, and that's what I wish people would just look at it that way, regardless of what political party you agree with, regardless of what your ideologies are politically. This should be seen by everybody as a horrible day for this country, where you can't. That's like, so people want to go after your favorite YouTuber. That's what he was. He was a YouTuber. He was a TikToker. People are going to go after your favorite TikToker if they don't agree with them.
Independent journalist. That's another title for him. They say he's alive. We did not say he was dead. We're not saying that, Aiden. I'm saying from my personal perspective, seeing someone shot like that, I've never seen someone survive that. But we're not announcing he's passed away. Not at all. Saying that he was shot, that's a fact. I just seen it. But yeah, major prayers for Charlie Kirk and his family. You know, it's always a trip to me, man, when something like this happens, you know, because you wake up in the morning and you don't expect this, you know. This shows you how vulnerable life is. It can happen at any time, Dubs, anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You know, anytime, anywhere, man, just out of the blue. I mean, he's sitting there. You could see he made a statement. He was talking in the video. He said something, and then he relaxed after saying that, and it happened.
You know, and somebody was saying that he was receiving death threats for decades. As a Christian, I'm sure he felt he was doing God's work, and that whatever happens to him was God's will, and that's gonna be the reality. If he lives, it's God's will. If he dies, it's God's will. And there's either way, there's a lesson for everybody. It's, do we learn the lesson? The lesson is we can't be resorting to violence because we don't fucking agree with somebody.
Maybe because you have a banner that says he's dead. My banner says my Cash App, and my title says Charlie Kirk shot. So I I
What banner?
I, I don't.
Mine says breaking Charlie Kirk shot live.
Yeah.
So
So I
I
don't
don't
know.
understand.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't. Yeah, that's his Cash App. If you want to contribute, go ahead. I'll appreciate it. But it doesn't say nothing about anyone being dead.
That's crazy that they.
Yeah, you're just saying something that's not even saying. Mine says Charlie Kirk shot live. That's it. Oh no, man. Maybe I'm blind. Maybe I'm going, but maybe this diabetes is getting to me. Maybe I can't see what I see. Um, there was a comment on the screen that announced me that has nothing to do with me. That's someone saying that.
That was somebody saying that, and we were actually addressing
Yeah,
the
we're
fact that
addressing that.
we can't confirm it.
Yeah, no, they're not trolling me. They are saying what they've seen. Someone had said that, and we're saying that it's not confirmed yet. Um, That happens, man. I'm not worried about it, man. I'm not even gonna blame that guy, man. It could be I'm not here to blame game. But just to announce for the people that have just came in, man, you guys could read the titles. Charlie Kirk was shot in Utah at Utah University. Um, we both got the video, myself and Dubs. Dubs shot it to me. I just seen it and it doesn't look good. It's never good when someone gets shot, but this looks beyond that. I hope he makes it, man. I pray that he does, Dubs. But
Yeah.
even then, look, I'm not a doctor. I don't give no medical opinions, but it's going to be a hard. I don't know if his vocal cords were shot. I mean, it just looks bad.
Well, I mean, he
Like,
was hit on the side of his neck, where more over here. So I don't
yeah,
think, but you never know what the
fuck.
impact, the damage of the impact. Um,
So, oh
yeah,
yeah, next shot. Oh, everything's survivable. It just looked bad. It looked bad.
the amount of blood that came out of that immediately was bad. I mean, I've seen dudes get hit in the neck in prison and bleed bad immediately everywhere, but that's a smaller hole than that round, because when you look at, you could see pretty much, like, you know how when, like, you cut yourself deep, it opens up before it even bleeds.
You could see it opened up.
So you could see that hole, man, where
It opened. Just to describe it to you without showing you. Once the impact hit, there was a shock that went through him, and then it looked like it opened, and it looked like if you took a water bottle and squeezed it, and water just gushed out. That's what it looked like. The bleeding.
and again, to just to remind people, he was at Utah Valley University, and even I know 18, 19, 20 year olds think they're grown. They're still kids. When you get
Mhm.
older, you understand those are still kids, man. And what type of trauma was created in their minds? You know, whenever there's any acts of violence, there's the primary victim and then there's secondary victims. And I'm sure there was hundreds of people there that are secondary victims that some may not be able to process that in their head, and who knows what the long-term effects are to some of the people in that crowd. Um, it's just, there's a lot of things to think about, man.
Doc K says you guys would know more, but they literally train the best surgeons in the country at U of U. Well, hopefully that's God's way of putting him in the right, the right place at the right time. Even though something traumatic like that happened, and you can't put that on God. But hopefully him being in that place, man, in close proximity to that type of facilities, that could save him. Our prayers are
So,
with him and his family. We hope he could be saved. Charlie Kirk's a
so
good person, man.
So Steve McMex says authorities have confirmed the shooter was Michael Mallinson. I'll look it up in a second. Um, and then it's going to go back to the weapon that they find on this individual that they're saying was the shooter. Does the caliber match up? Because other people are saying it was a rifle shot. So I don't know. And if it's true that there were two gunshots, then, I mean, it'll all come out, man.
It's still ongoing. It's an active investigation. It's ongoing. The FBI is involved. I'm sure the local authorities are involved. Detectives.
No,
I mean, for them
everybody.
to get this guy that quick, they look like they're actively pursuing whatever's going on. So we're gonna know. Well, never with most stories, you never know the full, complete story. You know, pieces of information, what's going to be released. Like you said before, you've told me, Dubs, detectives and the cops, they never tell you everything. Never.
Absolutely not.
They can't. That's part of their investigation. They'll never tell us everything. So we'll get a roundabout story of what happened and why it happened. But again, no one ever knows but the person who shot and the person that got shot what exactly happened.
Now another name, look, George Sims. So that's the reason why I said it. Let me check it. Let me check it, man.
I don't know about that, Jose. Maybe so, maybe not. I don't know, man. That guy doesn't like anybody, it seems like. Jacob Shear says, I believe in the power of prayer. I do too. I do too, man. And that's all we can do is come together as a community to pray for a man that didn't deserve what just happened to him. Not whatsoever. You never deserve it. You can even speak bad about someone. You know, you don't deserve to get shot in the neck. Okay. What happened to the good old days of a one-on-one? You know, if the disagreement has to go that far.
What happened to the good old days of having a discussion, and then when you're done, hey man, let me buy you a drink, or hey, let me buy you lunch, man. Let's agree to disagree, but let me buy you lunch. You're all right, man.
Yeah, you know, in a lot of the cases too, when I seen Charlie Kirk have these type of discussions, he would game people up. He would educate them, or they'd educate him in some cases, and then they'd end on a good note. You know, respectful. Whatever the reason was behind this, we'll find out. We don't want to say because we don't know at this point. No one does.
And another reminder for those of you that do pray, how about you say a prayer for Charlie's recovery and for the well-being of his family? You know,
yes. Also, say prayers for everybody that was there because they're all impacted by this. You know, we got people that were. These are young adults, people that are the future of America, people that are the future of the world, right? That were there. And like Doc K says, having went to that university, it's where some of the best surgeons in the world come from. So you can see probably a lot of these people are going to be our future doctors or surgeons and people that save lives, right? So for people that are, and you know, a lot of people that save lives, it takes a different type of person for that. They're very dedicated to that craft. They really want to help people. They want to save. They're healers. They're savers. And to see a life being taken in front of them, I'm saying a lot of these surgeons, there's some search for the money.
I'm going to say this. This is another, like, when you say that, like, I know people, I have family that are in the medical field, and nowadays a lot of people are getting into the medical field just for the money.
Yeah. Well, but
and like it's you know, it's just the world is so jaded now, and that's the point of this live, man, and the video I'm going to put out after this live is we need to get back to being able to communicate and get back to like our individual humanity, and you know, recognizing
we're past that. It ain't never going to happen. We're done. That world's over. Making America great again, all that never was great in the first place and never will be again. The world gets worse and worse and worse and worse every day, Dubs. To the point where we have American cities where we're going to have to send fucking guards into Chicago because they're shooting 52 people in a day. So fucking we got people all over the world destroying, fucking rioting and stuff. I mean, it just seems like it's getting worse. I don't think it could get better because people haven't recognized how bad it is. See, first you got to recognize how bad things are to get back good. It just keeps getting worse. By the time you recognize it, gets some worse happens. This is just, hey, look, we just had an active shooter go in and shoot a whole bunch of kids, right? We're still dealing with that, and now we have fucking Charlie Kirk getting shot. Like it's worse and worse every day. I don't think there's no getting back to what we thought we were. You know, everything can get better, but it takes a lot of people to come together, and there's too much division in this world. That's just my belief. You know, that's like the good old thing. Oh, the economy can get better. It could, but it ain't. You know, it could, but it ain't. Not yet, at least. Seems like right when things start going right, something fucks it up and it goes wrong again. That's just my opinion. I'm not being negative. I just don't believe the world's. I think it's getting a lot worse every day.
Hide your guns. They're coming for them after this. No,
they're not. We just had a gang of children got shot. That no one's coming for the guns because guns don't kill people. People kill people. They just
No, but
use guns.
it's not just that. This is not the administration that's gonna say, "Oh shit, this just happened. Take guns." Not this administration. If
Yeah,
it was a different administration, then they would turn it into, "Hey, this is why we need to take guns."
they would already be talking about that right now. It always seemed to be that way. Those were like the last administration. Immediately was gun control. No, people need to control themselves. People need to control themselves. If you disagree with the person, walk away, and live. Both of you live for another day. Exactly. Jesus Christ is my Lord. I agree. Jesus Christ is returning soon. Everything happening is in the Bible. We are living in the end of days. I 100% agree. This world, it's got to get worse, and then it's going to get good right before it gets real bad. There will be peace before that. Hey, Michelle, what's up, girl?
Yeah, act right. That is crazy, and we don't even know if we don't even know if the shooter actually got up and asked a question. We don't know that yet.
It could be something totally different, Dubs. It could be political. It could be. It could be personal. Could be a number of things. It doesn't have to be that this person just. Maybe they just want to make a statement.
No,
Maybe they have mental
obviously,
illness and they just.
this I'm not gonna give them that out. I'm not gonna put mental illness on this person. This person didn't like what Charlie Kirk said and represented, and decided he had enough of it. That to me that's as far as I'm gonna go with it. And other things will come out at the end. But it to me, it's crazy that like we grew up in the neighborhoods and stuff, and we understand people resort to violence in those environments because they don't know any better. But when you have people that are supposedly educated and high-minded, and how do they decide that's an alternative?
Yeah, it's the shooter shot him 200 yards away. There's Andrew Vasquez. Again, we don't know any of the particulars other than he was shot. We've seen it on video. We've seen the crowd. We've seen the way the crowd kind of reacted. It was bad. It was bad. And it's all over the place. There's people saying, I haven't seen nothing confirmed that says he has passed yet. Everything will come out in the wash. Exactly. Trust the story will come out. Like I said, we're not going to get the full story, but we will. Hopefully, man, he makes it.
Jose says, Dubs, Republican Democrats are the same hatred. I think you meant as norteños and sureños. I don't think norteños and sureños have ever really hated. There's individuals that hate. Yeah. But you ask anybody from Southern California about Northern California, they're not even thinking about them. They're nowhere near them. I hear what you're trying to say, homie, but that's even in the joint. Everybody was, even before the end of hostilities, everybody was respectful to each other. Right. And when something was happening, that thing will be handled however it's handled, and then it'll go back to being respectful.
So, yeah, there never was pure hatred. It's business. It's personal. I mean, it's not personal. It's business. You stand on one side of the line, and you got to defend that side of the line, and that's it. Doesn't mean you literally hate someone because they're from a certain area or anything. That's why when I see people that do it, it always makes me wonder, like, damn, something bad must have happened to you, man. For you to hate that much. Like, yeah. There were Southsiders when I was locked up, man, that shit. Some of them I fucked with tougher than Northerners. They were cool. They were respectful. I liked their get down. I was riding with my people, but at the same time, I was like, man, this dude's cool as hell, right? And that's ever since I was young. So there was never no like, hey, I had individuals that I disliked because they disrespected me personally, like on a personal tip, like, yeah, I can't stand this motherfucker right here. They felt the same way, but never as a whole.
So Renee asked, I don't know how true it is, but I just heard that Kirk is in critical condition. So just to recap once again, we went live because Charlie Kirk was shot in the neck at the Utah Valley University during his American Comeback Tour. The shot you can go on IG and you can see the actual footage of him being shot, and it's bad. He was definitely hit, and he looks like I'm sure he was knocked out from the impact of it immediately. And yes, the reports that I'm seeing every now and then, I'm still punching it in over here, that he's in critical condition. Charlie Kirk is a husband and a father. This occurred in front of probably hundreds of kids, man, students.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at right now.
And that's the thing I'm keen on right there. You know, Charlie Kirk, yes, traumatic experience for his family, his friends, everybody that loves him or watches him, his supporters. But man, there was a lot of people impacted today by that. Even people, look, I just read where someone says, man, I just seen the video. I wish I hadn't have seen that. So, you know, this is the type of world we're living in, man, where, you know, a lot of these things, even back in the days, man, you would hear about these things, but never see it. But now with social media being the way it is, everyone recording constantly, everything, Dubs, you see it all now.
Mm-hmm.
You see it all now. You know, back in our days, you had to seek it to see it, you know, or maybe if you grew up in
go ahead and boot Abe. Abe, you can get out of here. He says, hey, Dubs, you hate your race. Deport them all. I've never said deport them all, but you can deport anybody who's illegal. Tell you that right now.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and deport you out of my channel, though. It's crazy. See the type of hatred? This is someone that this is someone in his mind that feels a way about Dubs and puts words in his mouth. These are the type of guys we have to watch out for. You never know what.
And I've actually, and it means nothing, but I'm the one between me and him who's actually, unfortunately, been involved in race wars in jail with different ethnicities, not just one.
For the raza.
Roscoe's Revenge says Dubs is a coconut. Is that right? That's a trip.
It seems like, you know what, Roscoe, and I want to address you real quick. It seems like anyone that's educated more than you automatically say they're a coconut or put them in a white situation. That means you honestly believe that white people are smarter than you. What an unfortunate situation. I believe all people are intelligent if you seek education, right? Everyone's can learn. Doesn't matter what color you are, what the pigmentation of your skin is. But someone like you that automatically puts white into intelligence, like they go hand in hand. It's nuts.
Dubs is a has-been. You're watching me, Antonio. I'm not even gonna read this stuff.
Nah, I don't even read these guys anymore. They like dick. Anyways, we're gonna get up out of here, man. We've been in here almost an hour. We just wanted to bring you this. We actually got videos that we're holding off on posting because this happened. Thank you guys.
I have one coming out about this incident. Had recorded it as soon as I saw it, and then I told Gunn, hey, let's just go live, man.
Make sure that you guys tap into it. I got 2 more videos coming out, one on each perspective channel. If you guys are not tapped into the Dubs channel, Gunners Collective, Collective Clips channels, please like, subscribe, join the memberships. We're going to be getting to doing some members things, some members lives behind the scenes, myself and Dubs, as well as some other content. So make sure you guys tap in with that. Thank you guys. We appreciate you. Our prayers go for with Charlie Kirk, his family, and everyone involved. Thank you,
Alexander.
Thank you. Bye.